So I drove this car to work yesterday, and it was before the sun had come up, and I noticed that the instrument lights, they just aren't very bright. No matter where I put the rheostat, it's just not very bright. So I think we're going to replace the headlight switch and see if that doesn't solve the problem. You know what that is? That's a headlight switch. Well, I had to replace the headlight switch on the 64 because, yeah, the rheostat was just junk and I wasn't getting the dash lights. So I went on the web and I got a new headlight switch. Yeah. So you know how hard it is to get these things out. You gotta reach up under the dash. You gotta find this little pin so that you can release the shaft. And then you gotta work pretty much blind to get this thing loose. Then you take off the wiring, and then you put that aside, and you get your new switch, and you work under the dash, and it's difficult to get this thing back up to line with the recess and the dashboard, and then the bezel piece that comes in here and screws to retain, and then to get the wire clip on. And then the last thing you do is you insert the pull knob. Well, this is a 64 switch. This is a 65, 66. Oh, you know, you look at those wirings, aren't they about the same? Well, they are. And you can clip the wire bundle on this one. And, you know, the noses look the same. And the bezel will thread. So you get the job all done and you feel good. Then you go to put the pull switch on and it won't latch. No matter what you do, you can't push it in far enough to catch the latch. What the heck? You fumble, you work, you work. What the heck? Well, take a close look at these switches and you'll see that the 64 is just slightly shorter than the 65. And that means that little catch is just a little bit further back, and so this shaft won't catch the catch. That's your what the heck moment, courtesy of Golden Lion Garages. 62 3/4 headlight switches, they're the same. Don't think that you can switch in a 65. What the heck? I'll bet you have some what the heck moments. And there we go. Everybody's nicely lit.